December 24th, 1982. The snow is late this year. I sit in the now darkening night and trace the horizon's edge with the rim of my glass. In the failing light, I can see the faces of far-off cliffs, catching the very last of the last of the last of the sun. The smell of sweet scotch cuts the chill as the night draws in like a giant woolen cape. This night, like any other night, is like no other. The creepers creep, and the watchmen watch, and the normals sleep so quietly. But the pistons pound, and the bearings bleed, and the lake pipes scream so loudly. And in my dreams, there is no need to cruise the nocturnal blacktop, because someday, this war is gonna end.
Hey, this is SKYE. I'm not here. Leave a message. Or don't.
Charming, sis. Give me a call. I'm out at the... Just give me a call.
Right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited. He shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boy, jumping them to hell." Remember that? Right over there. You used to really be scared here.
Johnny,
You're still afraid.
stop it now. I mean it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Mr. Champion, did you think you could hide from us?
It was worth a try.
Jesus!
Mr. Champion, we need to know one thing before we can get on with this.
I'm all ears.
Who have you told?
Told what? Ah! Jesus Christ! Oh. All right, come on.
Come now, Mr. Champion. We know all about your antics. We know you were on the phone. We simply need to know who you called. Why make this harder than it needs to be? We will get the information one way or another.
Okay. Okay. Look, no needles. I'll tell you everything. The only person I told is Dan. Oh, no ammo.
Breaker, 1-9, Swinger calling the BRN. Anyone with ears, come back. Breaker, 1-9, come back. Come on, baby, come on.
Breaker 2-1. This is Swinger calling out to the BRN. Oh, Breaker, Swinger is about to screw the pooch. Breaker 2-4.
this is Vigilante Radio Net, Outpost 7. We read you, come back. Swinger, this is Vigilante Radio Net, Outpost 7. We read you, Swinger. Come back.
Interstate 82.
Hello everyone, A's here, and today we're starting a brand new Let's Play. This is Interstate 82, the sequel to Interstate 76. Now, Interstate 76 itself is an absolute one-of-a-kind game. It's a car combat simulator, the likes of which there's never really been a game quite like. Unfortunately, to a large extent, this is definitely true with Interstate 82, as it seems to take more inspiration from the Vigilante 8 spin-off series than the original line. However, there are some things that make it stand out regardless. It's not a perfect game. There are a number of bugs. For example, the music volume here, if you adjust this, it'll actually adjust the volume for the entire game. So I have it set to this level here, about midway, and I've also got the game itself, well, I've got the master volume for the entire computer set to 40, so this should hopefully set the in-game volume to 20, but it will allow the cutscenes to be loud enough anyways. So let's see if it works as intended. Hopefully I'm loud enough to be heard, but we shall see.
Oh, man. It's gonna be okay, baby. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be just fine. We just gotta get into the car, okay? Lubbock is 20 minutes.
Find my brother. Tell him.
Hello. Yeah. Hey, it's been a long time. I can be there tomorrow.
What happened to Eloise?
Well, I needed something more sporty. You know, times are changing.
Yeah. Are you still with Lara?
Hell no. That chick dumped me and ran off to the Himalayas or something. How you doing?
Okay. You know, I mean, it's, screw. I got a call from him a few days ago. I tried to call him back and his phone line was out. The vigilante net intercepted groove on the CB a little time later. He was sitting out of mode 9. I want to find him.
I'm sure he's fine, baby. He'll call.
Maybe.
Good. Let me know when he does. I'll come down, dig. We'll talk about old times.
But what if he's not okay?
And there ain't nothing we can do about it.
Look, Skeeter and me are gonna find him with your help or not. Taurus, for a badass chump sucker, you are being such a wussy.
Hey, look, baby. I gave up this circus a long time ago. This place is death.
He would have done it for you. All right, look. Just help me find out what happened to him. That's all I want.
Okay, baby. We find out what happened to your food brother. Then I go home. Dig? And where do we start?
Vegas.
Alrighty, so let's get into the game itself. There is another bug here that I can't really deal with, but I can't fix, but I can show it to you.
Zircon Lounge, Drew's old hangout. It's downtown, Old Vegas. If he's in this town, he's there. Over.
Roger that. Okay, if we're gonna do this, you need a code name for the radio. I'm Stampede. Always Stampede. Dig? What do you go by?
Vixen.
No, you don't.
Damn it, Stampede. My sister would be proud. Besides, what better way to cause fear in hearts of the creepers if they think the Vixen is alive?
I'm getting way too old for this. Vixen.
Breaker 1-5, this is Oklahoma Crude 1. Can someone out there say Vixen over?
Oklahoma Crude.
Oklahoma Crude is a mercenary gang. Bunch of homicidal freaks Vixen busted in 74. I guess they're ready for some payback. Over.
Oh, we're back. Back to kick your ass from here to the panhandle.
Vixen, you do the dishes. I'll take out the trash.
Roger. Over and out.
Alrighty, so hopefully you're able to hear me over this. You might have noticed that it's difficult to actually hear them talk over the sound of the cars. Unfortunately, the sound effect volume only affects the volume when you're in first person mode. So in third person it does nothing. It's another bug. And it's nothing I can really do about it other than go to first person. And that is one of the big issues with this game, is the fact that it is really buggy. I think they rushed it pretty badly.
Creepers on the radar.
But there's still some good things to be said about it, I will admit. Okay, so we've got 2 more of them. But you remember how I said that Interstate 76 was a car combat simulator? That meant that it was based on the MechWarrior 2 engine, and it also meant, for example, that... Oops. It also meant that the way the game worked was the armor, your health, was actually compartmentalized into the front, back, and sides of your car. And it also was further compartmentalized by armor basically for ramming and terrain damage, and armor for the actual ballistics. That said, so as you can tell, this game only has a health bar instead. Now you can lose components like your engine and suspension and brakes, but only if you're in the yellow zone itself. Now, they do have different types of armor, but it's not... But yeah, there is that issue. So, for example, there is armor against fire damage and harpoons or carpoons. But, like I said, there is some problems with this way the game does the armor system.
Hey, Stampede. Zircon, down the alley there.
There's a few other bugs too, like this. The missile launchers just really don't like to work as intended if you mount them to the top of the car. And also, enemies will constantly crash into terrain like this. As I've said, it's... As you can probably tell, I'm not the fan of this game the way I am of Interstate 76 or the Nitro Pack, but there is some positive perks like the ability to jump out and take cars on the battlefield. This includes not just cars that are just spawned in on the map like this one, but also cars from enemies when they jump out when they're on low health, and you can take the car. This is how you switch out cars in between missions. Also, you can run on foot, but that also has a few issues. The control's not that well done. Anyways, so that is the end of that mission. And yeah, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.